Friday. We made it to the end of another week, everybody. Hope you guys are doing all right. Come together because we're strong and unified. Roll. Hope you guys are dancing in your chair with me. All right, that is happy Friday. How are you doing today? Let me plug in my headset here and we will get rolling. All right, so happy Friday. Hope you are having a good day, that things are feeling a bit more hopeful for you all this week. I'm definitely feeling more hopeful than last week, which is good in general. Definitely drop me a comment. Let me know how your week has been and if you've had any wins. And it might just be one or two, or maybe you had many wins this week, but definitely feel free to share them with me and let me know what's going on. How are you feeling today? So this week, as I said, I'm feeling more hopeful. And that song that I just played, Roll It Gal by the soca queen, Alison Hines herself, always gives me a lift. Always. And without doubt, I start dancing, smiling and laughing. So I hope that was good for you. You were able to dance a little bit in your chair along with me. And that was the reason why I played the song. I needed a little lift. So what am I gonna talk about today? But before I get into that, let me introduce myself. If you don't know me, my name is Esha Herbert Davis, and I am co-founder of Events by Ashe. We conduct unique and life-changing Caribbean experiences for professional women, 3 of them: Ultimate Trinidad Carnival, Ultimate Cropover, and the Eat Dance Travel Series. I'm also an international best-selling author and a mentor to women and a speaker. So thank you for watching and joining, and hello to any of you. Please drop a line, let me know that you're watching. Definitely want to hear from you, and yeah, let's talk. So that's me. So what am I going to talk about today? It's Friday. We made it to the end of another week. As I said, comment, let me know if you're happy that it's Friday, how this week has been for you. If you had any wins at all, I definitely want to hear from you. What I want to talk about today is, and let me take a step back. I had many epiphanies this week. I'm a processor, for those of you who don't know me. So, things happen. I need time to let it absorb so I can process it and think it through. And that's what really helps me to weigh things and understand and make sense of it all. So I've been doing a lot of processing this week. Last week was a tough week. This week, as I said, I feel more hopeful because I've had time to process and really think about things. And just one, I had probably 5 or 6 epiphanies this week, just thinking through and absorbing things. But one of the epiphanies that I had was one of joyful resilience. Now, why joyful resilience, you might ask? So let me tell you a story, okay? I was raised by Trinidadian parents, my mom and my dad. They were not together, mind you. I was raised by a single mom, so I was raised by mostly my mom. One of the words when I think about who my mom is and what she really instilled in me, resilience, is what came to mind for me this week. Now, why resilience? My mom, of course, she's a very, very empathetic person. However, she wasn't the kind of person to kind of mope, sit around and be sad about things when things didn't go her way. Or if she was disturbed or emotionally affected by something that was going on in the world. She wasn't the kind of person to really let it stop her from taking action. Let's put it that way. So, if I would come home and be like, Mom, I didn't get the role, or I didn't, do something didn't go my way, her response would always be, okay, understood. I understand where you're coming from. I sense your emotions around that. what are you going to do about it? So that upbringing really made me very resilient throughout my life, you know, and that has served me very well this week, to be honest, in terms of thinking about everything that's going on and how to process it and kind of make it make sense. And I'm going to give you a heads up here. My hubby is coming back home with my son. So he may run in the middle of this Facebook Live and say hi. So I'm just giving you a heads up. I was trying to get this film before he came home. But yeah, back to resilience. I feel that resilience as a woman of Caribbean heritage has really served me well this week. And it's really made me shift from, okay, there's terrible things that are happening, people are rioting, and you know, all of that is going on, and people are feeling very, very angry, and myself included. But how can I use that anger and use that sadness and turn that into action, you know, and what type of action feels comfortable for me taking, because it's about protesting and taking action and using your voice in a way that is comfortable for you and that feels authentic. Authentic is the word I'm looking for, not comfortable, because it's not about being comfortable. It's about being brave, and it's about being authentic. And that resilience has helped me to process that this week. So I offer that to you. I'm not sure if you have any thoughts, but definitely leave me a comment, as I said, below. Let me know how your week is going and how things are going for you. But that was how I was able to kind of process everything this week. So goodness, resilience, but joyful resilience. Let me talk a little bit about the joyful piece. So the joyful piece is more in terms of how to turn moments of extreme sadness, once you've kind of sat in it and let it absorb and processed it, how to turn that into something else. And whether you turn that into, and that's, I remember I told you guys, I was warning you, that's Kwame in the background, but it's okay, we'll get through it. How do you turn that into something else, right? So for me, to process it, I had to continue using my gratitude. And I mentioned this last week, being really thankful about what I do have. And I had a meeting earlier this week where we were sharing our thoughts and feelings, and it was a mixed group. So there were people of different races, different ages. It was just a really diverse group. And I was talking to them and sharing with them this gratitude piece. And I don't remember my exact words, but it was along the lines of, I realized that I have a certain privilege in life as a Black woman, and I am grateful for that. And that helps me to see the joy in what I have around me right now and what I can control. So that's why I say joyful resilience, because I am grateful every single day that I am able to breathe, I'm able to wake up, and I am able to be in this body and be in this space as a Black woman, and be a Black mother, and be a Black wife, and sister, daughter, cousin, niece, you know, all of those spaces and roles that I occupy, a Black business owner, Black entrepreneur, Black female business owner. You know, you can go on kind of on and on and on, but you get what I mean, just being grateful for all of those things that you do have, because at least for my chain of thought and what I believe in, you know, being grateful and bringing back that joy is important to how you carry out and go about things in your life. And it affects everything, and it affects everybody, because we are all connected energetically. I don't know if you believe that or not, but that's just what I believe. So I believe that I can share my voice and share my gratitude through the social media platforms that I have and the people that I am connected to. So that's why I say joyful resilience. And resilience versus resistance has a different energy. And that's just the energetic shift that came through for me today. So in the description box of this video, I have shared a few resources that you can help to support you through, you can access to support you through your joyful resilience. I've included a link to donate to the George Floyd Memorial Fund. If that's something that appeals to you, if that's something that is authentic for you and feels good for you, then do that. And I've included a few other things for you as well. Of course, those are not the only ways that you can support this movement. Using your voice is really important because silence is compliance. And I am a firm believer in that. Using your voice is really, really important in a way that is authentic to you. And I stress that it has to be authentic to you. Okay. And it has to be consistent with who you are and your values, because if it's not, people are going to call you on it. And we've been seeing that happening this week with larger companies who have been paying lip service to Black Lives Matter and the movement and everything that is going on so far, because it makes good business sense, but it's not conducive and it's not aligned with their values. So just make sure that it's authentic for you. And then the other piece about using your voice is where you are. And let me tell you another story. I was having a conversation with a friend, a really good friend of mine over the weekend, who happens to be white. Let's call her white for classification purposes. She looks white. She's what is called in the Caribbean white Jamaican, right? And she was saying that she's not sure if she should say something, or she's not sure how to say something because she doesn't want it to come across in the wrong way. And when I say something in support of everything that is going on, and giving comforting words. And my whole thing to her was, and I think this is a good rule of thumb for anybody who wants to use their voice, but you're not sure how to use your voice. First of all, test it out in small ways, reach out to people who are feeling affected emotionally by all of this. Start there, like whether it's a messenger, or pick up the phone and call people. That's what I've been doing. I've been actually calling people who I know, offering support and talking to them and having these conversations. So in whatever way, small way, start first. And then the second piece is lead with empathy. Authentic empathy, leading with empathy. And that was actually part of the advice that I gave to my friend, because she's one of the most empathetic people I know. And my advice to her was to lead with that empathy, because that will get you everywhere that you need to go. When you lead with empathy and you're honest and you say, I have not walked in your shoes, but I understand, or help me to understand, that goes a really, really, really long way. And just listening, take the time to listen. So I hope that was helpful for you today. And then, as I said, joyful resilience, definitely leading with empathy. And the other reason why I say joyful resilience is because our ancestors have made it this far. And I count my Caribbean ancestors. I think back to my great-great-grandmother, who, although she lived through slavery, like seriously, in Trinidad, okay, relocated from Tobago to Trinidad for a better life for her family, settled, got a home, built a community. Those were things that she did in Trinidad. Was she tired? I'm sure she was, but she was resilient enough to do these things. And if she can be resilient enough, if my great-great-grandfather can be resilient enough, and all the way down to my mother, my father, if they can all be resilient, then I can definitely be resilient. So I urge you to not forget who you are. Do not forget who you are. Do not forget how far that you have come. And have joyful resilience with all of that. Sorry, I needed to take a breath, because that's a lot of emotion for me, talking about how far my ancestors have come and what that means to me as a Black woman. So yes, tired, sure. Keeping that resilience going is important. Making sure that you are not forgetting who you are, and you don't forget where you come from, and you don't forget what you were taught. However that lands for you, because that's just what came up for me this week. That was one of the epiphanies, back to my epiphanies. That was one of my epiphanies this week, and that my mom and dad and my other family members prepared me for this. And that made me feel good, because they had the forethought to prepare me for this that's going on right now in relation to the color of my skin. And it also made me feel a little sad at the same time, because I'm 42, you know, several people in my circle are 42 and older, 50, getting to 60. This is 42 years later and 50 years later that these tools of resilience are serving me. 42 years later, like they had the foresight to lay that foundation for me to be able to be resilient through all of this 40 something years later. I mean, seriously leaving a legacy, right? So that was just one of the epiphanies that I had, guys. I really wanted to share it with you. Please leave your comments and thoughts below. Definitely let me know your wins this week and what you think about this, you know, joyful resilience epiphany that I had this week. Definitely welcoming and letting the conversation continue. All right, so let me scroll down here and see what comments we got, if we have any. I don't see any so far, and that's okay. That is perfectly okay. So what I am going to do is explain next the reason why I picked Roll It Gal as my song this week. As I said, it's a song that really makes me happy, first of all. But it is a song of joyful resilience. It talks about, you know, being a Black woman and being resilient through the naysayers, to those who say you can't do it, and just roll it and do your own thing. And I mentioned this in my book, Carnivalista Lifestyle, as well. You know, when I hear roll it, gal, it means that you are running things, that you are a leader in your own life, and you are doing it. You are taking action. So that's why that song has so much importance for me. All right, guys. So as I said, joyful resilience. There are lots of links in the description to this video above. Definitely check them out and take action in a way that is supporting your resilience and supporting you through all of this. Thank you for watching. And I will definitely dance us out with some more of Allison Hines. And I will do that right now. Try to seek them out. Still alive. Roll it down, roll it down. Control it down, roll it down. Control it down, roll it down. And get your degree. Take care of your business. Never let them abuse your body. All right, guys, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. And I will be back next week with another video. As always, till the next line.